Alright guys, let's not waste any time for today. Polygon's 𝗲𝗡 paired up with USDT, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 being the data source for this 4-hour time frame. So we have of course seen a dramatic drop to the downside for Polygon's 𝗲𝗡 in this past week, dropping down to 74 cents, where we have seen it break the previous low we were obviously looking to hold over here on the 19th of December, this low being 75.1299. So we have seen the price breakdown. It does look impulsive, but I don't think it does quite meet the impulsive levels. Let's just take a measurement of this. We had a low of 94.1. Bring it over to that swing high. We do see it hitting the impulsive trigger. Internally, we do have waves 4 and 5 inside of here, but we have to be cautious with this one, and we actually could see the price of 𝗲𝗡 really breaking on down here. Should we look at this overall as a 5-wave move, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, this here being its wave 4, we do have that potential risk of Polygon's 𝗲𝗡 really breaking down on us. Now obviously we do have quite an exciting week coming up next week for the crypto market. I do think we can all agree on this one. It's going to be very interesting whether or not we do see the Bitcoin ETF approvals via the SEC, or we're kind of left in limbo a little bit longer. But we can have a look at this chart here for Polygon's 𝗲𝗡. Should we see this as a 5-wave move breaking down here? Well, of course, we would be targeting 70 to 65.93 cents at the lower end here for 𝗲𝗡. But it's quite a daunting thought considering the price currently sitting at 83.9 cent here. But we can look at a few important things going on in the charts here to really confirm that we are breaking on down. We have lost the trend filter, the 200 EMA currently sitting at 87.72. We are of course sitting below the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA, dropping lower than equilibrium, and I'm afraid guys, momentum is to the downside. We can see the position of the stochastic RSI on this 4-hour time frame is overbought. So momentum is not in our favour for Polygon's 𝗲𝗡, and I'm afraid, let's just change this to white. I do think this is the next likely scenario. We are breaking on down here for 𝗲𝗡, targeting 70 to 65 cents. Now we can look at a couple of interesting metrics. Let's turn these ones off. The RSI, well, the RSI is still pointing to the upside. The RSI is in our favour to continue and move to the upside. We have now pushed higher than the average line. Momentum, or the stochastic, sorry, the direction is to the upside. Volumes are exceedingly poor. Divergences, we do have bullish divergence on this 4-hour time frame. So this is the one thing I wanted to say. I wanted to be a bit reserved with these moves. We do have bullish divergence here. Via the RSI, taking it from the correct candle wick, which is this one here, the 3rd of January, 4 PM UTC, over to the 6th of January, 4 AM UTC, we can see the bullish divergence. So if you're trading divergences, considering the bullish divergence shown by the divergence indicator, the lower lows with its price range, the higher lows via the RSI, well, the RSI is telling us that the next move is of course to the upside, and this is why I'm stressing you obviously be cautious with this one. Tread very carefully that the RSI, the divergence here, could be the one that is in play. That overall that this move here in the wave 5 potential is not the scenario that is in play. That in fact the bullish divergence is going to take the price back up. Smart Money Concept telling us strong low, weak high. Smart Money Concept is also in favour of continuation to the upside, so I do urge you guys, really tread carefully with this one. We'll draw on the alternative scenario here. We'll take the retracement of this move where we can see the price action has of course came into the 50 to 80% area, and then we will take that 100% move, bring it over to the low that we have seen so far. We'd be targeting 95 to $1 on a possible push to the upside here. And what we will do is we'll put this one in blue as the alternative play. I don't like this idea, but maybe the one that is playing out. We'll go over this one shortly. Now, should this move itself not actually be finished, we could be looking for this one to come up a little bit more before its next push to the downside. I want to give as many opportunities, alternatives as we can here. We could actually see this move still looking to play out with A, B and C, bringing us further down into this typical retracement area that we kind of spoke about there for that wave 2, before we do see this push to the upside in the C wave here, where we can obviously look, this push to the upside could be looking to fill out this fair value gap that we do see on the charts right here from the 3rd of January. So I'm giving all the opportunities, all the possibilities, the different scenarios that we really could be playing out here for Polygon's 𝗲𝗡. I'll mark this one up here in blue once again. We'll keep this on the chart so we can keep an eye on it. Personally, this white ABC to the 5-way move to the downside is the idea I do think that will play out, targeting down towards 70 to 65 cent. There is high debate here where we are going with Polygon Matic's price action. Are we going up to 92 to 96 cent, or are we going to 70 to 65 cent? Personally, I do think we are going to see a break down in price. Take up to the daily time frame, we can see what has actually happened here. We have came out of that typical retracement area that we have been watching on a daily time frame for quite some time, and it does look like quite an impulsive move that is going on here. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 and wave 5. So as we've seen on the lower time frames, I am still looking for further moves to the downside. We can see we are coming back up to test out the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA once again, finding a bit of support kind of on this 200 EMA, but we do obviously see the wick going lower than there, so I don't see that as a true area of support. With the candle closing higher than the 50 EMA, 50 SMA on that drop down on Wednesday, finding closure support on the EMAs, the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA. This continued for another couple of days until this was lost, so it does look like we are coming back up to test it once again. But in my personal opinion, overall, we are still looking at this as a continuation to the downside for Matic's price action, where we were obviously looking at that one on the lower time frames. And to wrap it up for today, guys, that weekly chart, well, obviously previously we were looking to potentially come up to test the $1.22 level, that's 786 macro Fibonacci. Should we draw this one back on one last time to quickly look at there? Well, we can see we failed to come up to test it. However, we came up to almost test out that 702 Fibonacci retracement at $1.11. We've seen the price come up to $1.09. So ultimately, I do think we may have seen rejection at this point. Now I want to stress it's going to be a very interesting week. ETF approvals, I do think, will shake this market up. Should that happen at the start, mid or end of next week, whenever it may be, yes, we have to be very cautious with the market. Overall, we are still well within this weekly structure for Polygon's Matic, and we could see another push to the upside. That $1.22 is still in the back of my mind to test out this 786 fib level before we would obviously look for that correction to the downside. Guys, just a quick, short, sweet wrap up of Polygon's Matic today here at Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Before you do leave today, please smash up the like button, subscribe, tap on the bell, all the usual good stuff, and guys, have a fantastic day.